If you have been feeling overwhelmed by the abundant new ideas, connections, and just shifts in your perspective on life with the Jupiter and Gemini transit, you will have the opportunity to sit with these new ideas, to nourish yourself, to nourish these new ideas that you have come up with, and to see the fruits of your labor start to develop as Jupiter moves into the sign of Cancer. Greetings, alchemists. Welcome back to my channel, Hidden Alchemy by Sade. If it is your first time here, welcome. If not, welcome back. It is always a pleasure of mine doing these videos. I am a wellness and spiritual coach using my knowledge and understanding of occult sciences to just help guide people along their journey so that they can use these tools through their life. Now, for today's podcast episode, we're diving into the Jupiter and Cancer transit and that's going to take shape from June 9th, 2025 until June 30th, 2026. So we have a lot of time to really sit with this Jupiter and Cancer transit. And of course, when any planet moves into a sign, you can always expect there to be a retrograde period. So Jupiter will retrograde in the sign of Cancer later in the year, and then it will continue and fulfill the rest of its journey next year. And what I love about this transit and this placement, Jupiter is exalted in the sign of Cancer. Jupiter loves to be in the sign of Cancer. And the reason being is because Jupiter is the planet of expansion, it's the planet of growth, of abundance, of luck, of philosophy, of religion, and of optimism, of placing your faith in something greater and outside of yourself. But even though this faith is in something greater and outside of yourself, you are working in collaboration with this unseen power that you place your faith in. That is Jupiter. Jupiter is the natural planet ruler of Pisces as well as Sagittarius. And if you know anything about these two signs, these are signs that are very big on ideals, belief systems, personal philosophy, and most importantly, your faith. So, with Jupiter moving into the sign of Cancer, Cancer is feminine in its nature. It's ruled by the moon, it's water, and it's a cardinal sign. So, it's the initiator of change. That is the duty and responsibility for all the cardinal signs: Cancer, Aries, Libra, Capricorn. They initiate and set the tone for the change that is taking shape. So, with Cancer, Cancer is all about emotional security, emotional stability, emotional fulfillment, because Cancer truly understands that our emotional body is always letting us know what's going on in the unseen world and what can possibly take shape. And when we take care of our emotional body, we are able to really feel more in control of our life, not in control of the circumstances that happen, but in control of the ways that we can nourish ourselves through these circumstances. And I want you to really think about, and depending on when you're watching this video, think about the Mars in Cancer transit that we have had starting. I'm recording this in March, so right now we're still in the Mars in Cancer transit, but we've had the Mars in Cancer transit from the month of October. Mars went into Cancer in October, and it started its retrograde in the sign of Leo in December. Then it went back into Cancer in January. It went direct in Cancer the end of February, and it's not going to leave Cancer until April. And it's not going to leave the 8 degrees of Leo until May. So, with all of that being said, all of that being said, it is very safe to say that whatever came up during that Mars in Cancer transit for you, if you took the time to take care of yourself, to nourish yourself, because that's what Mars in Cancer is. Mars in Cancer, especially when it was retrograde, is nourishment of the self. And I know this is a Jupiter in Cancer video, but I'm tying everything together. Nourishment of the self. And Mars in Cancer brought to the surface where we were not taking the right care of ourself and where it was causing friction and problems in our day to day and our relationship with others, because Mars is about conflict. So the reason that Mars had to stay that long in Cancer was because in order for us to really truly reap the reward and the benefit of Jupiter in Cancer, we needed to clean that area up as a collective. And I remember those times being very uncomfortable. People around me, I work in the wellness space, so I was seeing it in my clients, I was seeing it within myself. But I knew Jupiter moving into Cancer, if we just take the time to clean this area up, Jupiter will expand that area of our chart, because that's what Jupiter does. Jupiter doesn't know if something is good or bad, it just expands it. And that is why it was very important to take heed for this Mars and Cancer transit. So now let's move back into Jupiter moving into the sign of Cancer. Jupiter moving into the sign of Cancer is giving everyone the opportunity to nourish whatever new idea took shape during the Jupiter and Gemini time, and to nourish ourselves, and to most importantly slow down, because Jupiter in Gemini is very fast, very quick. Jupiter in Cancer wants us to really take our time to feel and to use our sense of intuition to know where we need to go and what we need to do, and to use our sense of faith to know where we need to go and what we need to do. So, Jupiter in Cancer is a really potent time for emotional growth. There's going to be a strong desire to nourish and build emotional security, not only within ourselves, but in the people around us, because Cancer rules our roots. And our roots are not only going to be pertaining to our home, but it's also going to be pertaining to everything that takes up the foundation in our life. And that includes our family, that includes our friends, that includes the work that we do. The opposite of Cancer is Capricorn. So, yeah, it's going to be the work that we do. And all of that needs to bring us emotional security. And with Jupiter in Cancer, if it is not bringing us emotional security, it will be expanded and magnified, because that is what Jupiter does. It expands. There's going to be a focus on family and home. Remember, home, and I mentioned this in my Mars and Cancer video, home is not only your physical dwelling, but home is your body. Home is your mind, right? Home is the safety of your thoughts, the safety of how well you feel embodying your emotions and what you do with your emotions. Cancer being water, it's a really great time for artistic expression, placing our emotions in something that is fulfilling for us and not necessarily debilitating, because Jupiter cares about optimism. And sometimes Cancer can, Cancer energy is moody because the moon is always shifting. So, where can we start to put our emotions so that we can have better foundation? Where can we start to nourish our family and our home life, our environment? And what I really see from this, which I'm really excited for, is there being more emphasis on community development. Because again, your roots are also the people around you, your neighbors, the stores across the street, the school across the street, everything in your environment. It plays a role in how safe you feel in where you live. So, community development is going to be a big thing, building relationships that are based off of emotional security and not necessarily ideas that are cool and innovative. That's going to be a thing because Uranus is moving into Gemini. But with Jupiter in Cancer, it's like, okay, we also need intimacy and connection. There's going to be a better development of our intuition, our artistic expression, tapping deeper into our intuitive abilities, trusting ourselves more. Cancer is feminine. So there's definitely going to be an emphasis on slowing things down and being present so that you can really see God everywhere and see that you are safe, see that you are supported, see that you are nourished and you are taken care of. And with Jupiter, Jupiter rules generosity, right? With Jupiter being in Cancer, there can be more wanting to give and to receive. Again, receiving is the feminine, right? So there can be, if you are taking the time to lead into your feminine energy and to slow down and to feel worthy of slowness, of ease, of rest, of emotional stability, then you can open yourself up to receive abundance, right? Jupiter is generous and wants to give. So you put it in Cancer, it wants to give emotional healing, it wants to give support, it wants to give friendship and community. So I'm really looking forward to this Jupiter in Cancer transit. I think it's going to be a beautiful time of healing for the collective, especially as we have Neptune moving into Aries, Saturn moving into Aries. Okay, it will make a square sign wise to this Jupiter in Cancer energy, but anything that's squaring Jupiter or opposing Jupiter is always still beneficial because Jupiter is the great benefic and wants to be generous and support us on our journey. So, the main thing I would say with this transit is take care of yourself. What does nourishment mean for you? What does nutrition mean for you? How are you applying nourishment to your life, not just in your food, but then in your day to day experiences? And the more you apply this, the more Jupiter is going to expand on this for you. All right, everyone. If you would like to see where this is taking shape specifically for you in your chart, always available for chart readings. Go ahead, head over to my website, hiddenalchemybysade.com, or you can send me an email at info@hiddenalchemybysade.com. We can schedule a consultation for you so you can see how to make the most out of this Jupiter in Cancer transit. Other than that, everyone, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you for our next video.